This is Fuck Your Feelings with a breaking news story. There's something popping up in the news in Canada, to narrow it down from just Canada itself. I'm going to be talking about Edmundston, New Brunswick. The incident I'm going to talk about has only been published, from what I can see, on the 25th, on yesterday, which would be, Monday the 25th of July, 2022. So everything is very hush-hush as to what's going on right now in Edmundston. I'm looking at the Vitality Health Network's website here. Their website is www.vitalitynb.ca. And on there it says tragic event at the emergency department of the Edmundston Regional Hospital. Edmundston, Monday, July 25th, 2022. It is with great sadness that Vitality Health Network announces the death of a person at the emergency department of the Edmundston Regional Hospital on Sunday, July 24th, 2022. So there was nothing announced the day of. It says, following a tragic event, the person who had been admitted to the emergency department lost their life under unforeseeable and exceptional circumstances. The network confirms that no employees or members of the medical staff were injured during the incident. The network also wishes to acknowledge the exemplary work and professionalism of its staff in handling this unfortunate incident. The network extends its deepest condolences to the family and friends of the deceased. Patient and staff safety is the network's ultimate priority. For confidentiality purposes and due to the delicate nature of the incident, no further details can be provided to the public at this time. Rest assured that a comprehensive internal root cause assessment of the incident is underway. The network also collaborates with police, authorities, and the coroner in their respective investigations. Our thoughts are with the victim's family and loved ones, as well as our brave staff at the Edmundston Regional Hospital, from Dr. France de Rosier, President and Chief Executive Officer. Now, that sets off a whole bunch of different flags for me, because I've never seen a death announced by a hospital stated as unforeseeable and exceptional circumstances. Now, when I go into, I got a couple other different websites up here, so I'm just going to filter through them and just kind of read off what they have. So I'm relaying information that other people have posted publicly. These, for the main part right now, won't be my opinion. I'm just going to read what they post. And then at the end, I got about four or five different websites I'm going to read from. I'll tell you the name of them as I go. This one is CTV News Atlantic, atlantic.ctvnews.ca, if you want to go to the website. The headline reads, patient dies following tragic event in ER at Edmundston, New Brunswick Hospital. New Brunswick's Vitality Health Network says a patient has died following a quote-unquote tragic event in the emergency department at a hospital in Edmundston, New Brunswick. According to a news release, the person was admitted to the ER at the Edmundston Regional Hospital, where they died Sunday under unforeseeable and exceptional circumstances. No details about the person or the incident that led to their death have been released. Patient and staff safety is the network's ultimate priority, said Dr. France de Rosier, the president and CEO of Vitality Health Network, in the news release. For confidentiality purposes and due to the delicate nature of the incident, no further details can be provided to the public at this time. Vitality says no employees or medical staff were injured. The health network also says the incident is under investigation. Rest assured that a comprehensive internal root cause assessment of the incident is underway. The network also collaborates with police authorities and the coroner in their respective investigations. The Edmundston Police Force confirmed to CTV Atlantic it is aware of the incident and it has opened an investigation. Speaking to reporters Monday morning, New Brunswick Health Minister Bruce Fitch wouldn't say if the person's death was considered criminal in nature. He also said he couldn't confirm if the emergency department was fully staffed at the time. I don't have that level of detail. There's an investigation going on, though, and that's what needs to be concluded, so we can go from there, said Fitch. He said his sympathies are with the family of the individual and the staff who were involved. Edmundston Mayor Eric Marquis says he doesn't have any information on what happened, but he is concerned about ongoing staffing shortages at the hospital. Pediatric and some obstetric services, including labor and delivery, won't be offered at the hospital for the next 2 weeks. Expectant mothers are being directed to go to Quebec, 1 to 3 hours away, depending on where they live. We're going to have to look at the medium to long term on how we can avoid these cuts to our services and to make sure that people from northern New Brunswick get the access they need to specialized services. And then it's just kind of a follow-up at the bottom. It's the second patient to die in New Brunswick ER, and then they reference the one in the New Brunswick in the Fredericton Hospital where the patient died in the waiting room. I'm not reading what they say. I'm just giving a brief summary. Now I'll go to another website here. This is Yahoo News, ca.news.yahoo.com. It looks like they've just copied and pasted the information from CBC or amalgamated it. Tragic event ended in the death of a person at the Edmundston emergency room, the Vitality Health Network said Monday. On Sunday, a person was admitted to the emergency department of the Edmundston Regional Hospital. The person, lost their life under unforeseeable and exceptional circumstances. The network has shared no details about the person, why they were in the emergency room, what happened leading up to the death, or the cause of death. For confidentiality purposes, same thing they said before, they're not giving anything into the public. In response to a request for an interview, Health Minister Bruce Fitch sent an emailed statement. He said the circumstances of the Edmundston case were different from the New Brunswick one, but did not say how. I can't discuss the details surrounding this tragic event. It's important to note that the Department of Health must protect every individual's right to privacy, even those who are now deceased. Fitch expressed his condolences to the family of the person who died Sunday. He said an investigation will be completed, but did not say by whom. No one from Vitality was made available for an interview about the incident, although it happened in a part of the hospital members of the public use every day. DeRosier said she was at the Edmundston Hospital Monday speaking to staff. And then they go on to talk about staffing shortages, possibly contributing to it. Not much more from there. What else do we have? So this is the CBC, www.cbc.ca/news. It's exactly what I just read off Yahoo, so I'm not going to read that again. Let's see. This one, it's on MSN.com on the Canadian side of it. It's quoted from Global News Canada, and the headline reads, "Another ER death under investigation in New Brunswick called a tragic event." President and CEO Dr. France DeRosier said in the release, the person who had been admitted to the emergency department lost their life under unforeseeable and exceptional circumstances. The health authority provided little detail about what transpired on Sunday, but said no healthcare workers or staff were injured. The network also wishes to acknowledge the exemplary work and professionalism of its staff in handling this unfortunate incident. The health authority said, due to the delicate nature of the incident, no further details will be provided to the public at this time. Rest assured that a comprehensive internal root cause assessment of the incident is underway. The network also collaborates with police authorities and the coroner in their respective investigations. This news comes just 2 weeks after a patient died in the waiting room of the ER at the Dr. Everett Chalmers Hospital in Fredericton. On July 15th, Premier Blaine Higgs said in a response to that death, fired Horizon Health Network CEO Dr. John Dornan, and he wiped both boards for the health authorities, saying change starts at the top. Higgs also shuffled his cabinet, swapping the health and social development ministers. Officials responded to the death. Early Monday afternoon, Health Minister Bruce Fitch and Social Development Minister Dorothy Shepherd made the first appearance together since effectively swapping portfolios in the aftermath of the death at the Chalmers Hospital. They did not provide any specific details on the incident in Edmundston, citing confidentiality, though media reports have indicated the death was by suicide. Interesting. This is the only one that I've seen. I'm aware of a situation, and it was a tragic event. Let's see. I haven't seen any other place reported as a suicide. Now, the global news article that I read from MSN.com kind of confirms to me that there's more to the story. A lot of the questions I have are in regards to the 2 weeks of no service in the obstetrics and the labor and delivery departments in the hospital. That kind of highlights another red flag for me. And the fact that they say that no staff members, or I believe they said health workers, were injured in the incident, that also kind of flags something for me, because it's not too often that they say basically everybody except the person who died is safe. I can't really think of any incident that would take 2 weeks to kind of clear up. It could be just because of the investigation that's going on that they need the 2 weeks to kind of document and find out exactly what happened, what led up to it, and what the aftermath was. But to me, 2 weeks seems like a long time, especially when they state that anybody who needs to give birth, or they say expectant mothers, would have to go to Quebec, which could be 1 to 3 hours away, depending on where they live. That is a very long drive. If you're going into giving birth, that is a very long drive. Even if you're calling an ambulance, I'm assuming the ambulance would have to come from within New Brunswick and then take you to another New Brunswick hospital. I don't know exactly how the cross-border healthcare would work in the Edmundston area, because I do know they are quite close to the border of Quebec. So there might be something going on that they have figured out there. But to say that for the next 2 weeks, they're not going to be doing any labor and delivery or obstetrics work. The first thing that popped into my head when I read, and actually my cohort, who is not currently with me right now, I basically told them that it sounds like there was like an attack or an altercation, instead of just like a natural death, because normally people don't go out of the way to highlight everybody as safe. Now, my mind instantly went, because normally they'll highlight if it was suicide, like Global News is claiming that it was suicide. Well, they're claiming that someone in the media community has advised them that it's suicide. They're not quoting anybody on it. So at this point, it's kind of an unsubstantiated phrase that they're using. I don't know why they do that. That would just kind of do more harm than good if it's not suicide, especially if Global News keeps up that type of, we'll say, publications or broadcasting standards of just jumping to assumptions without actually having any solid sources. I realize I'm pretty much jumping to assumptions right now, but I'm not Global News. Now, the other things that I kind of thought would be, especially because it's in the obstetrics and the labor and delivery departments, I had thought somewhere around like an incident with an elevator, an incident falling downstairs, falling upstairs. I at one point had even thought about poisoning, some sort of fatal substance, I guess. So that could be a liquid, a gas, basically anything like that. My mind kind of also even went to the fact that it could be the person was giving a medication which they were allergic to or something that caused them to die, Or it could have even been, I realize this may sound like suicide, was the patient wasn't necessarily in the right state of mind and grabbed a medication from potentially a cart or a nurse's pocket or a doctor's pocket or something, administered it to themselves just to try and get some relief of pain or something like that. If you've gotten any takeaways from this issue, go ahead, feel free, drop a like, leave a comment, and I'll definitely get back to this topic once we have more information. Thanks for your time, and stay tuned for more updates in hope either the coming hours, coming days, or potentially the coming weeks on this issue. Thank you. I'll be speaking with you later. Have a great day.